Well, let's bring in Senior Training Coordinator at the Institute for Security Studies, Willem Else, to weigh in on the termination of the security company G4S at the Mangaung Correctional Service. Willem, good afternoon. Thanks for your time here on the SABC.
Good afternoon, Liesl.
Willem, it seems that pressure was mounting for the contract to be terminated. In lieu of what was communicated by the Department of Correctional Services in line with the concession agreement, there was that release that was issued. A termination notice for a period of 90 days has been given. And I wonder, in your view, has this process been swift enough, especially considering the aftermath of the incident?
Yes, Liesl, we saw that the minister announced shortly after the incident became known that they will not terminate the contract, and they replaced the manager with one of the correctional services managers as a temporary measure, while we believe that he went into a consultation process with his lawyers and his legal team, and also they engaged maybe with all the stakeholders before he came to this conclusion. So in the wake of the weight of this decision, we believe that it was a fairly swift decision.
All right, Willem, thank you for that context. Perhaps looking at the Department of Correctional Services saying that it has now severed the contract only at the Mangaung facility. Should other government G4S contracts be scrutinized at this point? What's your take?
Yes, we in South Africa, we have two private incarceration facilities. The one is in Louis-Trichardt and the other one in Mangaung. That is the one in question at the moment. That is also the biggest prison in South Africa, housing close to 3,000 inmates. We believe that there has been some challenges as far back as 2013 in both of these facilities, where there was violence, there were some investigations, there were some riots, etc., etc. At one stage, the minister actually temporarily terminated the contract in Bloemfontein or Mangaung in order to take control and to restore order in that prison before they handed it back after some negotiations. So that indicates to us that there might be some challenges, but I think we should not only stare ourselves blindly against these two facilities. As a whole in South Africa, our prison services are facing some serious challenges.
The DCS has also said that they will immediately resume with an internal exercise for the takeover process. And the contract also lays down a procedure to be followed in this regard. And I wonder, how you'd weigh in on that. Are they adequately equipped to handle the matter, given that there was a public-private partnership, also given the turnaround of events?
Well, in the first place, they gave themselves 3 months to do that in order to get all their ducks in a row. But we also know that one of the challenges being faced by the prison services is that they are severely under-resourced. So the manpower to now bring in to replace these private contractors, that is going to be a serious challenge. Also the resources, because that these private facilities were not only responsible for the incarceration of these piece of people, but they were also responsible for the transportation to and from prison, from court, etc., and with transfers. So it's going to be a massive operation in a very short time with limited resources.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And given the institutional-wide problem of escaped criminals that was displayed through the Thabo Bester case alone, do you think that enough was done to restore faith in the criminal justice system at large, given the measures that had been taken? In your opinion, what more needs to be done, given the challenges you've also cited? Yes, we saw that there were the minister mentioned that there were some 22 escapes in the last financial year over South Africa, and that out of a prison population of about 160,000, where we have in the vicinity of about 240 prisons in South Africa. So that is not too bad if you look at that figure, but one escape is one too many, and that needs to be addressed. So I believe that this is the ideal opportunity for the minister and his department to sit back, to take a little bit of introspection
and to see where they can revamp and address all the challenges. You know, as far back as 2013, there was a court order in the Western Cape High Court that addressed the minister because of the serious overcrowding in the prisons. That's one of the challenges that he needs to face. Another challenge that you also need to address is your gangs, your organized crime that is prevalent in these prisons. And that was also the outcome of what happened now with the Bester case. You know, it was an organized crime network that was actually facilitating what happened there, and that needs to be addressed as well.
Yeah, G4S obviously was subject to a lot of scrutiny. They'd been grilled, and it subsequently also led to more arrests. We saw 2 more appearing in the dock today. Do you think we can expect more arrests in the wake of this, perhaps more senior officials?
Yeah, well, it's an ongoing investigation, so we can expect anything. We anticipate that there might be some more arrests because we saw that currently only the closest or the foot soldiers have been arrested. So we anticipate with the ongoing investigation that some of these criminals higher up might also be arrested.
Willem, thank you for your time. You're the SABC Senior Training Coordinator at the Institute for Security Studies. Willem Else, just weighing in on the back of the G4S security company in charge of the Bloemfontein Correctional Services Centre having been terminated, perhaps also looking at the broader issue of the criminal justice system at large, the gaps, the challenges, but perhaps also the strides that have been taken as, many of the issues have come to the fore through the Thabo Bester case that's currently ongoing.